And welcome back to another episode of the Pals Podcast, presented by Hardbite Chips. I'm your co-host, Danielle Galarno.
And I'm Ricky Liordi.
Oh my God, my hat! Can you go get it for me, please?
I was just going to say, we are starting the Christmas...
So sorry. This Christmas special. This is the start of our Christmas season because we had Tyler Shawn. And then following this, we're going to have our Christmas special with Ryan Shepherd. So
live. Oh, you look good, Danny. Little young Miss Claus.
Can I wear this? Actually, I might have. Do you want a Santa suit? Actually, we can talk about this offline. Sorry, we're getting distracted. So anyways, I unfortunately missed this episode. I sprained my ankle the night before, so I had to miss the episode, and I was stuck in the hospital. So Ricky was the best pal and took it over. But you know what? I was thinking out of every episode, I'm glad it was Tyler since you guys have had him on before. He returning guest.
Yeah, it was. You know what? It was nice to see him because, like in Canada, Tyler Shaw is like massive. One of the biggest Canadian pop artists of like the last decade or so. JUNO nominated artist, came out with a Christmas special, a Tyler Shaw Christmas. He's toured countless times. Right now, he actually is just finishing the Christmas tour that he went on, the Canadian Christmas tour. Just amazing. He's honestly like a pal now. Like we sat down, it was so comfortable. You would have really enjoyed it too, because again, Tyler Shaw's he's put out so many hits on the pop side, put out so many hits on the Christmas side. I think he was like the second most streamed. I think I saw someone from Sony shared it. It's like number 2 on like the Christmas list in Canada or something.
You know what? I put on a Christmas playlist the other day on Spotify, and I decided to like pick a pop one. So I had like a mix of like Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, Michael Bublé, and Tyler Shaw.
Yeah.
So it was like really great to see that like he was on like one of those like massive playlists.
And it's fun when you get to sit down with a guest the second or third time, because you get to kind of loop back on the things that you didn't finish talking about, or you get to see where their careers kind of gone since the last time you sat down. But Tyler Shaw's just like on a consistent uprise. Like I feel like there's no slow down area for him. Like he's had so many hits. So again, he's been doing this since 2012, I think. Was his first like big hit, or 2012 or 2013. So we're literally a decade later. He lives in Ottawa now, which is crazy. I didn't know that because he's from out west, and then he moved to Toronto. Now his family settled in Ottawa. But just really great, Tyler. Thanks for coming back on, man. It's always appreciated. You're always welcome. I'm it's sad I didn't get to see your Christmas special as we were talking about after the pod, but I'm sure we'll see you live in concert again very soon. I know that you've got a lot of amazing things on the horizon for you, and
Yeah, now let's talk about our favorite chips.
Hardbite Chips.
Hardbite Chips, all natural, made locally in Canada, in BC. They're absolutely delicious. You can find them at your local natural food store, in the natural section at your grocery store, health food sections. They're honestly amazing chips, a good kind of like healthier alternative to the potato chip.
Yeah, there's no
GMO free.
GMO free.
It's like kind of a tongue twister.
Yeah, I was gonna say non-GMO, but it's not. It's not non-GMO. It's no GMO.
Yeah, but I think
either way,
yeah.
Whatever. There's no GMO in it. I don't even know what GMO stands for, but I know it's bad.
Genetically modified object.
Anyways, no artificial flavors. That's a big one. That's
really big. And they have one actually made with avocado oil.
Yeah,
and those are really good.
The spicy ketchup. Those two are my favorite. They all dressed as solid too. I'm more of a, ketchup or like those different. Ooh, the truffle one was really good too.
Yeah,
that was the first one gone. No,
really?
That was the first one. Literally didn't even make it to the condo. I think I ate it in the car that day on the way home when I got the box.
Sucks.
Anyways, they're really good. They got some very unique flavors, and again, all Canadian, natural, no added flavors, no added preservatives. No added artificial flavors or preservatives, non-GMO. And then what was the thing it said on the back of the bag too? The couch potato thing.
Well, I would know if you didn't eat all the bags, but it said no couch, all potato.
Yeah, that was what it said. Yeah.
And I loved it.
So really good. But yeah, anyways, go grab a bag and enjoy the podcast. And Danny, what do we say?
Let's fucking go.
Tyler, welcome back to the Pals Podcast.
Thank you.
Second time on the pod. It's been,
yes, sir.
And it's literally been a couple of years since we've had you on. Like we were
Yeah.
just talking in the elevator. I think we had you on probably over like 2 years ago now.
Okay, yeah, it's been a minute.
And lots of has happened in your career since then.
Yeah, totally.
Like, and we can start on so many different places, but I want to start with the CCMAs.
Oh man, the country.
Actually, no, I lied. I want to start with the ABC, like TikTok virality, because
Sure.
I was gonna get into that later, but I feel like that's a good starting spot.
Okay.
What was that like going like mega viral on TikTok?
It was unexpected. I don't think. I mean, I did not think that something like that would happen. I was just literally just creating content, just like everyone else does. Putting it up. I was consistent with it. Maybe that has something to do with it. They always say, be consistent, post 2 to 3 times a day, or whatever. So I was grinding hard, and this was like mid-COVID, or early COVID. So like, March of 2020, and I was just like doing it. And then, man, I posted up one evening. The next morning, it was like in the millions already, and called the team up, and I was like,
yo, we got to figure this out.
What does this mean?
So, but how does it work? Because you did that just as a cover, but then you also released it. So how, like, do you have to get permission from like the actual, obviously you have to get permission, right? Like,
No,
you can't just release that, right?
Yeah, you can't. So as it was building and building, the team and I decided, yeah, we should release this as like a full track. And so I finished it within like a day, like production, everything's done, written. The longest thing that took was getting the clearance from the original writers, from Gail, the artist, and all the songwriters. That was like, I want to say a solid 3 weeks, maybe a little bit more, to get the clearance for this song. So meanwhile, I'm trying to like keep everybody interested on this viral shit, and I'm waiting for these guys to be like, all right, fine, you can release the song.
And then, man, because I feel like everybody, if you've been on TikTok, everyone's had like one kind of viral moment, a clip that does 100K or even 1 million or something.
Yeah.
This was like mega viral.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the user generated, I can't remember what the abbreviation is, but people were using it, and it's been viewed and played and listened to over 1 billion times.
Like that's absolutely insane.
Several billion. I think it was like
that's absolutely
3 billion.
Insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I do TikTok, and I don't think I've even hit like 20 million total like sounds, plays, everything.
Right. Yeah.
And this is like
it's wild.
Billions.
It's wild. Honestly, it's wild. But I can still walk down the street and no one fucking knows that I've written that song.
but that's also the thing with music too, right? Like everyone's heard it. Like, again, it's on billions of streams or plays or whatever you want to call it. But again, sometimes with like TikTok, it's one of those things where you need to do it because it's part of like the career and the marketing and all that stuff.
It's a free marketing platform.
But then you get that like one moment where it's like, for you, that's got to be one of the, maybe not the coolest, one of the coolest parts of your career, but that's got to be like up there.
It's a highlight for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely a highlight, like creating something that people like. As an artist, you want to create music for yourself, but also for people to use and to celebrate. It goes both ways, right? Yeah.
Just make sure this is going good. Yeah, but it goes both ways. Like you want to, I don't want to say play the game because that's not the right word.
Right.
But sometimes it's part of playing the game, right? Like I'm sure if you weren't making any TikToks, your team would be like, yo, Tyler, like, come on, can you just make a couple?
TikToks? Yeah.
And we've had so many musicians where like, we absolutely hate TikTok, but it's part of the game.
It's honestly, it's a lot of work. And these guys know, like, sorry, I'm pointing over there because my team's over there. Like it's a full-time job on top of writing music. It's like
and then performing and going on tour,
doing the whole thing, and obviously have a personal life, so it's a lot to balance. So doing content is like a lot of work. Yeah.
Do you enjoy it though?
At times. At times I'm like, fucking hell. Like, especially you'll see how if you go back, I was promoting my Christmas tour, and there's only so many ways you can promote tickets. So I lean into like how ridiculous it is to like keep promoting tickets.
Well, I saw the one recently when was it Delhi, Ontario, where just like giving away tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
You get somebody who's like, no, I'm busy, sorry.
It's like whatever, okay, move on. Whatever.
Yeah, but again, this is like the part of content where you can kind of have fun with it. Like
exactly. It doesn't break my heart. Like it's fine. That was an amazing show. So whoever said no missed out.
Yeah. You've got the Toronto show tonight. Well, I guess the Toronto show when people are listening to this would have been 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Right.
But the Toronto show tonight, are you excited?
Yes, it's a sold out show. A lot of people that I know there, a lot of fans, recurring fans, and probably a lot of new fans just waiting to get into the Christmas spirit. So
I know I'm in the Christmas spirit. I'm
yes,
ready.
You are.
I'm ready for the holidays now. It's just when the holidays, I feel like especially after American Thanksgiving, that's when all eyes go on. Well, actually, let me ask you this: and because you have the Christmas album, do a lot of your, I guess, Google impressions and like plays on Spotify or Apple, does it spike around this time of the year?
Oh man, it's been spiking.
Yeah.
Like for the past month.
It's just
already.
like as soon as Halloween's over,
Yeah,
boom.
Yeah, like the Philippines start celebrating in like June. Like,
Really?
well, it's a bit of an overstatement, but they start celebrating very early. So you start seeing a little bit of climb, especially in there. And then pretty much after Halloween, it was like.
So wait, let me ask you this. In I guess comparison to your non-Christmas music compared to your regular music, because you've done a lot. You've had so many hits over the last decade plus. Do you find that your music peaks more during Christmas season because of the Christmas music, or do you have like, when you release a new single, does it do like, I guess the question I'm asking is, does the Christmas music outweigh a new release, or is it like a new release will spike higher, but it might not be as consistently long?
Well, let's take Love You Still.
Yeah.
When I released that one, it was like crazy high, and then it filtered into everyone was listening to that. Then it was like, oh, he's got more music. Let's listen to this.
Yeah,
so across the board was insanity. Like numbers were amazing. Christmas it's just a steady climb every single year.
And then like December 26th, boom.
Not really. Yeah, it's still, it obviously comes down.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't go, it doesn't drop like a stock would. It was just kind of like, it tapers off.
Yeah,
It tapers off.
Why'd you decide to write Christmas music? Any particular reason?
I love Christmas.
I
love Christmas music. Like you put on like a Sinatra record or a Bublé record, like Christmas time, like that warm, and like on a record player too.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Grab some dust in your hand, throw it onto the record, make it have that like,
I know
stuff.
I have a record player. I don't use it that often anymore,
man.
But I've got a little good collection of records.
Yeah,
too. I know that feeling.
There's something so warm. I know it's cold outside. We live in Canada, yada yada yada. But like, there's something so warming about the holidays, and I'm a family guy, so like I love spending time with my family, and that's when like the industry shuts down, and I can be there with my family and hang out and do all the things. Like I love cooking, so I'm there cooking Christmas dinner, just living.
What's your go-to dish?
Man, can we put you on something? Brussels sprouts.
I love Brussels.
Okay, you love Brussels sprouts?
Yeah.
All right.
But wait, I heard. Okay, give me your the way you cook them.
So simple. Okay, you have them, put them in a mixing bowl, whatever oil you want. Recommend avocado oil, salt, pepper, oven, 450 degrees for 20 minutes. Come out, get a block of Parmesan and a cheese grater, put it in a nice serving dish first. Then you grate the cheese on top, ready to go.
I had Brussels sprouts the other night actually, and a friend of mine cooks the Brussels sprouts with bacon grease.
Yep.
And that was,
I
don't want to say life changing, but that was unbelievable.
Good. It's very good. Yeah.
What's the best meal you've had on tour ever?
Wow. When we're on tour, it's so funny. Like whoever's new, like a new guy comes in, whatever, part of the crew, I always ask him, it's not a prerequisite or anything, but I'm like, do you like Asian food? And if he says yes, then immediately we're friends. If he says no, we have work to do. Because
So you bring him to take your staples on each spot on the tour?
We find pho, we find dim sum, we find like any kind of Asian food. That's usually the team meal.
Every time.
And like, I don't care if they go elsewhere, but I'm like, this is where I'm going. If you guys want to come, this is what's happening.
When you're kind of the boss too, so they can't really say no. Right? They're like,
no, man. They definitely
imagine the new guy just being like, "No, it's okay. I'm not. No, don't fuck with it." You'd be like,
"That's a problem.
Really? Interesting.
That's a problem." Yeah, we're going to China tomorrow, and all you're gonna eat is
find like the local Chinatown in every city.
Legit, honestly, yeah. Honestly, and surprisingly,
but like, does a city like let's say Sudbury, like does Sudbury have a little Chinatown?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've been to Sudbury once.
But you're going on this tour?
I'm going to North Bay.
North Bay. Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
And I've been to North Bay, and I don't think they have a Chinatown.
Or like Delhi. I don't even know where Delhi, Ontario is.
They call it Delhi.
Oh, Delhi?
Which messes... Okay. It doesn't make any sense at all. So I was calling it Delhi because India. Yeah. Delhi. The same spelling. Makes sense. Nope.
Where even is that?
From Toronto, it's like south. You got to go around the lake, and then south.
Okay, so near like St. Catharines?
It's in the middle of nowhere. It's to the point where we were 3 minutes away on the GPS, and I was looking out the window, and I saw fields and barns, and I was like,
nothing.
There's no way. There's no way we're 3 minutes away.
But that kind of makes it special because when you get to a city like that, and you have like a sold out show, and you got hundreds of people there, it's like, it makes it one of those like cool, unique experiences.
It was fun. It was a good time in Delhi.
Delhi.
And maybe I'll go back. I don't know. Maybe I'll go. Maybe not.
Maybe for a
maybe not
non-Christmas one.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let me ask you this now. Do you enjoy touring for your regular music more than the Christmas music?
I did, but after the second show of the tour, I was like, this is really I hate doing covers. I'm not. It's so ironic because I got my start in music from a covers competition, but like I don't like doing covers, and this Christmas set is like 90% covers, and I'm like having troubles remembering the lyrics.
Wait, have you ever forgot one on stage?
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
What do you do?
Mumble through it. Yeah, that's all you got. You can't do anything. You just got to go with the flow. You can't. You eventually catch it.
Eventually, if you figure out where you left off.
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, these are all covers, and I'm like, oh my God, like this is tough. But once you get a routine, like I had a show last night, and I was like solid. Forgot like one lyric, but that was fine. Now
and that's when we like put the crowd into my.
Yeah, exactly. We just get into it, and I get into it, get a rhythm going. That's just like every tour though. But I'd have to say honestly, man, it's a tough one. I love touring both. I really do.
Is the crowd the same at both shows? I feel like a Christmas one would be more family oriented.
Yeah, and like a lot older demographic too. Like to the point where there's a couple in where was I the other day? Can't remember the city. Sarnia, I think it was. They asked my front of house guy to turn the music down. That's the demographic we're talking about.
It'd be so funny. It's like, sorry, I know we're here for the music, but you mind turning it down a bit? It's a little loud for me.
Yeah. But it was fine. Like there's moments in the set, there's lots of, and this is in my original set too. Like I like to have dynamic and a flow of things. So there's like energy, and you bring it down a little bit, and then we're here, and we're gonna go back down, then we're gonna go up here. Like just keep them on their toes and like have it a good flow of things.
Okay. And let's say for Christmas music specifically,
mm-hmm.
I guess who would be one person you'd really want to work with?
Oh, Bublé, hands down.
Yeah, I feel like that's
yeah. Easy.
I feel like, well, what's your favorite Christmas song?
By him or just in general?
In general.
Oh. Honestly, since this tour, I really like Run Run Rudolph right now. But I think of all time, it's the one that you play December 1st. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Like that is the song for me.
Especially when the snow comes too. You get some snow on the ground, the Christmas tree set up. I'm a very festive person in the sense that I love Christmas, but I don't decorate the house. Honestly, I don't even think. And I spend most Christmases in Florida, so I'm I'm a feet in sand kind of guy.
Nice.
But I love a good a beautiful Christmas tree when it's dark outside and it's a little bit cold, and you hear a song like that where it's just Mind you, Christmas morning, Mariah Carey slaps. When you wake up Christmas morning, I'm like, hey Alexa. I don't want to say it just because in case she hears me here.
She's like, yes.
But yeah, it's one of those things where I love that song.
Cool. You're talking about the one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like the Mariah Carey, as soon as Halloween's over, boom, it's just.
Man, she's some.
Well, I think I read something where she gets. It's I can't remember how many millions of plays, but in the month of December, she's hands down the number one artist in the world.
Oh yeah, she makes her bank.
Just crazy
the
amounts
month of December
money.
In 25 days. She's like
crazy.
That's it.
Crazy. I guess what's one song if you could be a part of? I know we talk about covers and you did the ABC. What's one song if you could be a part of and release not a cover? I guess it's a cover or a remix. What song would it be? Not just Christmas, just anything overall.
Oh man. Anything Coldplay, honestly.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that one.
Yeah, Coldplay is amazing.
What's your favorite Coldplay song?
Yellow. Yeah, that's routine.
Have you seen them?
I have. I saw them 2017 in LA.
They did a big tour. Well, they're still touring now.
They're still doing the same. I would go see them again for sure.
With the bracelets that light up.
Yeah, that whole thing. My God, my favorite show of all time. Yeah.
I would agree with it. It's top 3 for me.
Yeah, you've seen it?
Yeah. I've seen. I saw Toronto at the Rogers Centre Skydome. Unbelievable tour.
Yeah. Yeah.
So wait, what song would it be then? And it just doesn't matter.
Honestly, doesn't matter. I would say Yellow then, because it's just or Fix You.
Fix You.
Yeah, God,
so
Viva
good.
La
Vida's another.
Yeah. Oh my God. Literally, just close your eyes and throw a dart, and okay, I'm down. By them.
What's we're going back to the touring. What's the funniest thing that's happened to you on tour? Maybe not this tour because it's just kind of starting, but in the last, like maybe the last tour since we saw you last, in the last 2 or 3 years.
Man, the funniest thing that's happened on tour. I'm trying to think of something that's happened recently, and I feel like there was, but I try to block out.
Okay,
all the
well,
bad,
if you think about it, we can come back.
I do have one that has happened. It's not recent. It probably happened in like 2016, but there was I was on stage, obviously, and and there's these things. If you don't know, there's things called monitors that are on stage, and they're like big speakers that music plays out of. And there was space kind of after them on the stage still, so you can go and you're still on the stage, stepping in front of them. So I did that during one of my songs, and I'm getting the crowd going, like, let's go, put your hands up, whatever. And I thought it was so cool, and I'm stepping backwards, not looking backwards, just stepping backwards, and I trip over the monitor, and everyone, the loudest like, oh, I've ever heard. And but it was in such a perfect part of one of my songs. It's during Wicked, so the pre-chorus goes, "Tell me, I can't hide the way I'm feeling." I fall back, and there's supposed to be a silence there, so I fall back. Boom, ooh! I get up. You wicked when you work it out, and the chorus starts.
So it literally just worked perfectly.
It was too good to have. Like, it was too perfect in that little gap there.
See, this would have been like one of those perfectly viral moments.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think someone did film it, but I don't know where that footage is now. Anyway, that would probably be the funniest thing that's ever happened.
That's a good
on
one.
Stage, yeah.
Well, let's get back to kind of the CCMAs now. How did that happen? Because you're not technically a country singer.
I am now. No. There was a song that I did with an artist named Sasha.
Yeah.
It's called Confident, and she's an amazing country artist. So we collaborated on a song earlier this summer. She got the opportunity to play at the CCMAs, and obviously I'm a feature on that song, so she's like, come join me. So I did, and with that I also played a little bit of Love You Still. But like country music, a lot of people actually don't know this, like I really do appreciate country music.
Okay.
I spent a good portion of my summers in Saskatchewan, where my grandfather
because you're BC, right?
Yeah, born and raised in Vancouver. So every time I'd go out to Saskatchewan, nothing else plays out there other than country.
Not out there.
And this isn't even like the city of Saskatoon. Like, you're driving an hour and a half north from Saskatoon, going to a little town called Prince Albert.
Okay.
And it's
like population 5,000 or something.
No, it's bigger than that, but like still,
small
you
town.
get into the town and you still got to drive another 30 minutes out to the rural areas. And there's a farm there, and I love it so much there. And that's where I fell in love with country music and everything. You know, my grandfather taught me so much out there as I was spending summers. So it's, I got a cool spot.
Have you ever thought about doing a country album?
No, I don't think I ever will. The closest I think I'll ever get is like folky. I've thought about this actually. I've always wanted to, you know, my grandparents are getting older as I think about them, and they have this beautiful property out there. It's like old, like 70s style still, you know, design, but it's built, my grandfather built it with his own hands, and it's laid out so perfectly for like a recording studio, like a massive complex recording studio. So I've always wanted to like go out there and write like I don't want to say country because I don't want people to have like a vision of, or like a whatever,
like a pop country.
Not even pop. Like, even the stuff I'm making now is not even, it's like indie alternative stuff. There's still a little pop element to it, obviously, but I would classify it more as like the alt indie stuff.
Okay.
But I would go for like a Donovan Woods kind of style.
What about, because I know writers camps, do you still participate in writers camps?
I haven't in a while.
Yeah, because I know a lot of those like writer camps, like you get put in the room with a different style musician or a different style, and then you come up with something completely different. Mm-hmm. Would you be open to that?
Yeah, I've done that in the past. Like,
okay.
I've been to writers camps where I've been with a hip hop producer, and we've come up with some amazing stuff. Not just for me, but like just amazing in general for someone, you know. So yeah, when you put creatives in a house like that, only good stuff can come from it, you know.
Well, what's your normal creative process then? Like when you're writing a new song, is it like very linear where you kind of start with like the basics and then go, or do you just have a random word or idea and it's like voice notes and memos?
Yeah, all of it. Everything you just said. Depends on the day. Like I have tons of voice memos. I have a lot of, starting titles for songs. A lot of like random melodies on piano and stuff, but I usually just like sit down, hit the keyboard or strum the guitar, and if something hits, then I'm like, okay, let's run with it and start singing some melodies, and it just kind of flows, right? Or nothing happens at all and you got to walk away, right? Like you can't force it.
That makes sense, because again, it's not like a training regimen where you can just like walk through the steps of like a workout or something, or like a hockey practice. Right. It's kind of like if you're not feeling it that day and you have the creative juices aren't flowing, you can't just go through the routine because you might not get anything. Yeah, I mean you can still push through it, but have you found that you've ever pushed through something and worked and like came up with gold or no? No. Not once I've ever pushed through a creative block and come up with something great. I've pushed through. So at least now you know, though. No, for sure. I have pushed through, and all that happens at the end of it is just I get discouraged and just like, unmotivated. No, seriously, like I can't remember how long it's happened, or how long ago it happened, but I do remember a day where I was like so sad about myself because I couldn't figure out this one part of the song that I really like. It was a cool song, and I was like, oh, how can I work? And I spent like, I don't know, 6 hours on a pre-chorus or something like that. And at the end of the day, I was like, I'm the worst artist ever. just going through it. Dude, honestly, it sucks. Yeah. So what do you do after something like that happens? Like, do you just like, I'm going to put this down, go to my family, go spend some time outside, come back to it a week later? Yeah. Or what do you do? Sometimes it's like that awful, but then other times I'm like, yeah, I'll literally go for a walk and I'm fine. But that one was like, honestly, it took me like 2 days to get over. I was like so down in the dumps about it. So what normally motivates you then to write songs? It's a good question. Because a lot of people, and we've had so many musicians where they say like some of the best songs I've written is when I'm unmotivated or I'm like hard on myself or going through a really tough time in my life, right? I think when my life is balanced properly, that's when magic happens. Okay. Yeah. I think when everything is like moving in tandem and there's like the yin and yang kind of thing, right? That's when everything kind of falls together for me. But obviously, if things are not going well, you can always write a sad song, which I have before. But like the best stuff for me, I think, is like when things are aligned, when the pillars are full, the family's good, mentally I'm good, physically good, career is good. Everyone's just like good across the board. It's so funny you say pillars because I use that example all the time. Like your life is held up by pillars. Your family, your friends, your career, social life, physical and mental health, all that stuff. So it's interesting you said that. Yeah. We had an artist named Zach Tabulo on the pod. Do you know Zach? I know Zach, yeah. So we had not him personally, but yeah. Yeah, we had him on like a week ago. And I asked him the same question. I'm like, when you write your best stuff, he goes, like as soon as I get dumped, if I get dumped, magic. I'm coming out with magic. Like I'm coming out with the best song. All my best songs have been like directly the day I got dumped. And I'm like, man, that's like so sad to hear. Sad, like, then you got to go perform these songs and you're like, man, this all like, sad like, songs. Obviously, he's doing very well and I'm happy. No, for sure. Yeah. But like, that's gotta be something like you got to relive that moment time in and time again. At least now you can like, there are artists that pump out these songs and people need these songs, right? Like people get dumped all the time. People are heartbroken all the time. And these artists are there for them, right? I write mainly love songs, right? I'm there to celebrate the love. I have some, not so love songs. Like, I mean, which one is not a love song actually? Let me think. They're all love songs. Okay, well, so let me ask you this. And obviously you've been writing, you've been in the industry for 10 plus years now. How do you think your writing styles changed from when you were younger to now? Oh my God, it's changed in like tenfold. Like, actually, it's interesting. I'll start like the first professional writing session I ever had for Kiss Goodnight actually was like one of the first sessions. I was. And this is what, like 2010-ish? This is 20. This would have been 2012. 2012. I think, yeah, 2012. I was so into it, like really into it, but I was used to writing songs just alone, like in my room at home, writing whatever melody came to mind or whatever. But I've never second guessed that stuff. So going into a session
writing these songs with professional writers who have done this for 10 years prior to me, they're like, oh, okay, that melody is cool, but let's try it a different. I'm like, why? What do you mean we're gonna explore different melodies? So
What do you mean my idea's not good enough?
no, it's not even that, but it's just like I just never thought about like, oh, like I felt that way. That was like where my intuition was going. But we're not gonna do this. I'm fine for that, but like I never thought to like just try something else. So fast forward, 10 plus years, there's still a little bit of that in me. I'm aware of it though, but I really, especially this album, I'm really trying to get back to writing songs like I did for the first time, like just really just fucking going for it. Because I felt like the last 10 years I've overthought a lot of different things, and I mean it worked out well.
Obviously,
it did work out well, but there's something missing in me where I'm just like, how I used to write songs, I felt different doing it back then, and I'm finally feeling that way again now with this new project that I'm working on.
Excel Gum and ASMR. Search Excel Gum on Spotify now and choose one of 4 ASMR audio experiences. Because everybody needs good study partners.
do you said you're an overthinker? Do you think you're an overthinker in all aspects of your life or just music?
See, I'm overthinking.
I was just gonna say.
No, I think when it comes to writing the music, I definitely used to. I'm more conscious of it now, but I think I'd be more of an overthinker in that regard versus like personal life. More of a do it kind of guy.
And like, do it, see what happens.
Yeah,
it's easier to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
sure.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's what, like, I feel like a lot of people, especially overthinkers, it's so tough because you can literally overthink anything.
Yeah.
And then you can, when you overthink, you end up blaming yourself more because it's like, oh, like, what if I did it this way? What if I did it that way? I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I should. It's like, just go and do.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, that's what your gut told you to do originally. Don't overthink it. Just go and do, because it's
Yeah.
so tough. Like, you can beat yourself up about it so many times. Like, oh, should I have done this? Do I do this? What if I do this and this happens? Like, just go and do. Like, there's so many different outcomes for every single like thing that could happen.
Absolutely. It stems from, in my opinion, like fear and embarrassment, right? Like you don't want to do something to make a mistake, or you're not sure what other people are going to think about you, right? And that stuff is just like, at the end of the day, nothing matters. Well, that's a very broad statement.
No,
Things
but I know
matter,
exactly what you mean.
But yeah.
It's people think, oh, what are people going to think about me? It's like, you got to remember, nobody's going to remember this tomorrow. Like,
No.
You can screw up, and for 99.9% of the world, no one's going to remember this tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if you're that 1% that someone's going to remember this tomorrow, okay, that's a tough balance on this.
Yeah,
one.
no, for sure.
Like, look, you fell over a monitor. I'm sure nobody remembers that the next day. Everyone's just like,
do.
no, that was a great show.
I definitely remember that one.
Yeah, you're part of that 1%.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, that's always so funny because, again, if you overthink sometimes, you can stop yourself from doing things that you were meant to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
So it's interesting that you're going back to the original way where you're just kind of going to go with it and just see what happens.
Yeah, especially in terms of like the production. I used to listen to a lot of rock bands growing up, like, Rage Against the Machine and Sum 41 and Tool and all that. So I'm not doing an album like that. I'm not going full blown like that.
You're taking like inspo from it.
Yeah, like there's a lot more electric guitar, some heavy hitting drums. I have a song out called Out of Sight right now that's a little bit of like that stuff. Like there's a big, post chorus and some ooze and stuff. And I'm having fun with it. I'm having a lot of fun.
Well, that's the most important part, because if you're having fun with it, especially if you say you write your best when your life is balanced. Mm-hmm. Also, when your life's balanced, I'm assuming you're having fun and like you're enjoying life. Yeah. So maybe that you'll put out some of your, like the best stuff you've put out.
Yeah, man. Who knows? Like I really enjoy it. Right? That's the goal. I really enjoy it. The only hope is like as an artist is for other people to resonate with it, right? Like yeah.
Have you ever put out something that you didn't love that other people loved? Or vice versa? Have you ever put out a song that you absolutely loved and people are just like, no, not it?
Yes and yes, yeah.
Oh, really? Both ways?
Yeah, both ways, yeah.
Okay, give me the one where you didn't love it and people did. And then what's it like performing?
I don't want to say that one. I don't want to say that one.
I can't do that. That's fair. Okay, what about the other way around, where a song you loved and like people didn't love it?
Well, it's not that people didn't love it. It just didn't
perform as well as you were hoping.
As well as I thought it would, and that song would be When You're Home.
Okay.
For some reason, I thought that would have been like...
That was your one.
It was such a special song for me. I still see it actually to this day. Like, oh my gosh, what's her name? Francesca Fargo from
the Love Island or whatever.
Love Island. She's actually her fiance used it as their engagement song. This was like last year or a year and a half ago. So that was really cool to see. But when did that song come out? Like 2021, something like that. It came out in 2021. And it was just like chilling for the longest time up until that point. And I'm like, damn it. Like so disappointed because I'm like, it's one of my favorite songs to play live. It's such a special song. People obviously send me messages about how special it is, but I just thought it would have went like that. Yeah.
It's tough because, again, you never really know. It's like a song can be so meaningful to you and vice versa. Again, it could be a song that wasn't super meaningful to you that just it clicked with people, it resonated. It's honestly like social media too. Sometimes you make a TikTok like this one's gonna.
The trick is like just especially with social media, like do what you're proud of and just keep fucking going. Just keep going. Like if you're gonna linger on, oh, I wish this happened, I should have done this. Like you learn from it, sure, but if you focus too much on that, you're gonna miss out on what's up ahead.
It goes back to like the overthinking part, though, right? Like if you're gonna overthink all these little details, Like I have so many friends that do music, and they're obviously not where you are, but they're just kind of starting out. Like, oh, I don't know if I should put out this. I was like, man, sorry, what do you have to lose? Just put it out.
100%. Oh my gosh,
put out. Who cares what people think?
If you're a starting artist, like it'll only benefit you to pump out music.
Yeah, like I have friends who have that are starting to do music, and they've got thousands of like drafts in their TikToks, like covers and random stuff. I'm like, what are you doing?
Jeez, the storage on that too.
Man, just crazy. Like put it out. Like what do you have to lose? Someone's like, seriously. Oh, you suck? Like
so what?
Cool. That's a random stranger on the internet with a burner account. Just post it. Like, it could literally change your life tomorrow, and you see it happen every single day.
Every single day. It's that fear again.
Yeah,
it's that fear. Yeah.
It's so tricky because again, it's tough when you're at a place in your career like you are, where you've overcome a lot of those like early career obstacles, and like you've seen success, and what it feels like. What it like, the happiness it can bring you.
Yeah.
But to someone who's just starting, it could be like the most fearful thing, because what if people don't like it? What if they've never had rejection? What if all these what ifs? But then again, kind of the overthinking side, just stop overthinking. Just who cares?
Yeah, because it sucks to have someone say to you, you suck. Yeah, for sure. But you gotta learn, especially on social media. Like that stuff is so surface level. And it shouldn't matter. Like
imagine there's nothing worse than being afraid of the person you see in the mirror. Like when you're your own worst critic. It's like, learn. Again, you made this, you love this. Go and play it and post it and share it and share it with the world. And if people love it, great. And if they don't, F everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Let's talk about the CPL. That's gotta be pretty cool because you were a soccer player growing up.
I was, yeah.
So playing like a show like that's got to be fun.
It was awesome. Yeah. So that whole CPL stands for Canadian Premiership League. If people don't know,
you're good. You've had media training. You know this before.
So when I moved, I live in Ottawa now. So when I moved to Ottawa about a year and a half ago, I wanted to integrate myself, just start building myself into the community a little bit. And the soccer team there, the CPL team, Atletico Ottawa, was like I'm minutes away from the stadium to walk to. So I was like, this is too good. Like two of my passions. Like let's get integrated here. So I hit the team up and was like, let me work with you guys. Let me be some kind of ambassador. Let's start small. Obviously, let's build our relationship and figure things out. Let's do something down the line. So I did. Like we met. We had great chats. I've been to a bunch of games. Met a lot of the players. Who were all awesome. And I don't know if anyone knows, but the Atletico team in Spain actually owns the Atletico.
I didn't know that
team in Ottawa. Yeah,
I didn't.
So there's
know that's pretty cool.
Awesome like transfer options and crossover there,
especially for like training and stuff.
Oh, so they go train over there. Yeah, so it's awesome. It's a really cool team, and through that we got integrated with the CPL. Obviously, me playing high level soccer at university. They were like, oh, this makes sense. He played. It's not just some like guy, whatever. He's got a passion for it. So we hit the CPL up and we're like, hey, what are you guys doing for halftime show? They're like, halftime show? Because, soccer doesn't do halftime shows, right? It's like only, you think about the Champions League, they do the opening ceremonies. That's it. So the CPL, I don't think they're there yet to like have full blown stage and everything on the field, on the pitch, Bowl, right? So what happened was I did like a tailgate type thing right outside the stadium to kick the CPL before the gates opened, so everyone can go sit down.
That's gotta be fun, right? Like,
no, it was awesome. Yeah.
When you love a sport and you get to participate in it and put like your passion for soccer with your career in music together, it's like those are the win-wins.
Yeah, 100%. Like, it was such a fun show, and to be there and watch the game after,
and to build a relationship too, because again, like soccer is, I think it's the biggest sport in the world.
Oh yeah,
cricket, either soccer or cricket. One of the two.
For sure. Football,
Football,
know,
yeah.
talk like this, yeah.
That's cool. Have you ever played? This is a little random. Have you ever played pickleball?
Guys, like, I was playing pickleball before it was cool. I'm not just saying that. In my gym class, Mr. Askew, shout out to him.
No way you played pickleball in gym class.
I kid you not. I kid you not.
I don't want to age you, but that's probably like 25 years ago.
Whatever it was, man. I was playing that in gym class. You know what? Oh, it's a Sunday. That sucks. I was going to call my high school and be like, because he's still teaching there. I would be like, we play pickleball, right? Anyway, I was going to get a fact check on this. We did. I kid you not. We played pickleball in high school for like, some days we're like, we're going to go play kickball today. We're going to go play whatever. Yeah. Still, like, now it's some fad. Guys, you're late to the game. Been playing it forever. Okay. I don't play it anymore, but I did in high school.
That's right. I'm a big pickleball guy now.
Nice.
I'm a recent pickleball. Maybe I'm just a phony, but I didn't play it in high school. It wasn't big yet there, but
crazy.
I want to go a little off topic. We've talked obviously a lot about music and your career in there.
Yeah.
What are, like, aside from soccer and your family, what are things that like bring you joy?
Man,
aside from family,
yeah. Being outside, being outdoors, physical exercise.
Well, so let me ask you this then. So now that you moved from BC over to Ottawa, like the landscape in Ottawa is very different than the landscape in BC. How do you find that you enjoy the outdoors as much now? Like, is
it's way better.
It's way better.
To be clear, sorry. Let me be clear here.
Okay.
Grew up in Vancouver, moved to Toronto for 10 years. I was in the city for 10 years. Then I moved to Ottawa. Nothing's going to beat Vancouver in terms of outdoors. But Toronto to Ottawa, it's a lot better.
So you mean Ottawa's better than Toronto?
In terms of outdoor landscape, the accessibility to like lakes and hikes and stuff. Love that. And really appreciate a 20-minute drive in no traffic, to get to a freshwater lake to jump into.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fair.
there. I'm there for it.
Yeah, I mean, like, Lake Ontario's not
it.
Lake Ontario's just not it, man. Like, I think everybody in Toronto's like, yeah, no.
The last time I was in Lake Ontario, I almost got hit by a sea-doo. I kid you not.
Wait, how?
Yes, I was doing I hate it. I hate it so much. I didn't even know this. There was a sea-doo rental place in Lake Ontario, and we went down there to shoot some pictures for my upcoming album and project. I went in like waist level, but then like I dipped down a little bit. I didn't want to put my face in, so I didn't. Obviously
everybody's thinking this. Yeah, you can't put your face.
You can't
unless you go to the other side of the island. Then you're like, okay. Once you're on the other side of the island, you don't mind.
What side were we on? We're on the good side, or no? We're on the bad side.
No,
okay.
You guys were on the wrong side of the island.
So I didn't put my face in. Great. And we're like, I don't know, probably a good 100 feet, maybe a little bit less from
the shore.
No, not even from the shore, from the sea-doo place that's next to us. So we're like, we feel comfortable. We're fine. They're doing, rentals and coming in and out. And I'm in the water. I'm facing the shore. Photographer's taking pictures, and we're feeling it. We're into it. And then, you hear this. It's getting louder. And I'm not really thinking too much of it because the thing is right over there. And then all of a sudden, like, you hear, I think it was actually Danny here. He's like, whoa, 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 watch out, watch out, watch out. So I jump up, and then it's on my TikTok, actually, a video of this. I jump up, and like immediately, if I was there probably 5 more seconds less, I would have gotten run over by the sea-doo that came freaking fast from where, I don't know what he was. He's probably high or drunk or something, like because he was laughing. So came in, like, hit the shore. We're all standing there like,
what the fuck?
What the actual fuck just happened? And he's like laughing about it. He's like, sorry, man. I'm like, dude, are you laughing right now? Are you serious about this? Anyway, that was the last time I was in Lake Ontario.
I don't blame you for that.
Yeah, I'm never going back in there.
So that makes sense. Danny's over here laughing. You want a random funny story? I actually interned for Danny.
He was telling me on the way here.
Danny, what are we going back? 15 years ago now? Yeah, I was a
Crazy.
pretty bad intern. I think Danny just hired me just because like I was like in nightlife entertainment. Maybe I had like connections to clubs.
Nice.
But now we're still friends. Shockingly enough, 15 or so year later.
Shockingly enough.
15, and we randomly bump into each other every 6 months.
Yeah, sounds about right for Toronto.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
every 6 months. Why'd you? What's the reason for the move to Ottawa?
My wife is from there.
Wife's from there.
And when we had our daughter in 2020, we did a year here with her, and we were like, geez, this is hard.
What's up? Because your family's West, her family's Ottawa.
Yeah, and like just having no help, especially being on the road. We wanted to expand the family, which we did. So the in-laws help a lot, a lot with all the moving pieces. So
I mean, it's got to be nice for her to have her family, especially while you're on tour, right? Like
exactly, yeah.
Like this.
They're actually here in Toronto now.
Oh,
with
that's
the
amazing.
in-laws.
Oh, okay, that's so nice. Then that's such like a feel-good spirit.
Yeah.
Do they come to all the shows too?
No,
Okay.
not right now because
Kids aren't old enough.
kids aren't really old enough. I'm gonna try to bring there should be 3 in December, either tonight to the show or to the one in Ottawa. But we'll see.
So at 3, is she old enough to like understand like music and what you do and like be like impressed by it, or is it just like haha daddy?
I'm not sure. She's only seen one performance of mine, which was
Okay.
Canada Day, and I was up there for 1 song or 2 songs, so it was like up and down. And my friends were taking videos of her, and she was just kind of like staring. She wasn't smiling. She wasn't doing. She was just staring. She was trying to piece it together at that point.
Yeah,
she's
at
like
that age. They're so
yeah,
young.
I don't know. She's now like talking about being on stage, and she grabs like there's a little stick thing. She's like, this is my microphone. She's kind of getting a little grasp, I think. But I feel like if she comes to one of these shows like on a tour, I feel like it'll click for her.
Yeah.
About what it is I do.
What's like the first thing you look forward to most when you finish a tour?
Oh, being home.
Being home,
Yeah,
just
being
like
at home.
relaxing,
Yeah.
kids, wife.
Yeah, like literally yesterday I was out having dinner. I had to leave dinner early to go to the show. And I didn't realize this, but as I was walking away, my daughter was actually chasing after me. And I got to the door where she finally touched my leg. She's like, Dada, where are you going? And I was like, I have to go do a show. And she obviously doesn't know what that means yet. So that was like heartbreaking. So like, yes, at the end of the day when I'm done tour, like home time, I'm at home.
And you get home, what do you do? Just relax with the kids, like play whatever they want to play.
That's
binge.
a contradictive statement. Relax with the kids.
Okay, yeah,
Relax with
I
the
guess
kids,
so
yeah.
actually.
I'm
I'm a fairly new uncle, and so I only being an uncle is the best because you get to see
fun uncle.
Yeah, you get to see like babies, and I get like time slots to go. It's like, hey, he's gonna be awake from this time to this time. Like arrive around then.
Yeah.
So I arrive exactly the time kid awakes to
Yeah.
the time he's about to go to bed, and I get like the fun part. I don't get to see
Yes.
like the crying, the
The
screaming,
tantrums.
the up all night.
Yeah.
When I guess my nephew's starting to like almost climb out of his crib. He's at that age now, so
Nice.
I don't see any of the not relaxing
Fair.
fun parts
Fair.
of it. So.
Yeah. No, I guess what it is, be present.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I'll be present with the family.
Okay.
Yeah. There may be a couple of relaxing moments, but I'll be there.
Okay. Again, switching off from music and touring, what's your favorite place you've ever traveled?
Oh man. I really appreciate Greece. a
Really?
lot. Yeah, Greece is fantastic.
I was not expecting that. I was expecting an Asian country.
Oh, I've only been to Hong Kong in Asia. I've never been
Okay.
to like Southeast Asia, which I really want to go. Especially there's a lot of fans out there, and people who listen to music, like we talked about Philippines and stuff. But yeah, Greece is from the countries that I have traveled to. I would continue to go back there.
Okay. What about Greece made it so special?
The food, the culture, landscapes,
Yeah,
the water, like a lot of
Greece is like top 5 for me too. So
yeah, a
like,
lot
I
of different
get it.
things. Yeah.
And you remember George, my old co-host?
Yeah.
He's Greek.
Okay.
And he's like Greek. Like,
Okay.
Greece
Oppa
is the
Greek,
best. Yeah, he's like
okay.
best place on earth. Like
Okay.
everything that is in Greece is the best, and
Yeah.
it's one. His dad is like even crazier Greek. So
Yeah.
he would appreciate
see
that
it.
answer.
Yeah.
Well, where's some other places you want to travel to?
I think my eyes are on Asia now.
Okay, where
really do.
specifically?
Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand.
Oh, so you want to do the whole thing?
I want to do the whole thing. I want to do
Like
the whole thing.
would you do a one tripper, or would you go back like a couple times to do those?
I don't know. It depends what's lined up. Yeah.
That's fair. Would you want to go for work or play?
Both.
Both. Little. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
I think Thailand would be more of a play
Yeah.
country, but everything else, I think we've got a lot of pull there in terms of like listeners and fans and stuff. So,
All right.
yeah.
This is one of my favorite ones to ask recently. If you weren't a musician and the answer cannot be a soccer player.
Okay.
What would you do?
Something in TV.
Okay.
Something in TV or radio, maybe like hosting something, or I don't know. Actually,
That was my answer. I'd want to host not a reality show, like a game show.
a game show, that'd
Like
be
Wheel of
that'd be
Fortune
fun.
or something.
That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
I
That'd
think
be really fun.
And I think I'd be good. I'd be so good at like the Wheel
Yeah.
of Fortune or something.
Hell yeah.
Like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
Ridiculous. Yeah, I would love to do that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
So that's what you would
Yeah,
some
yeah.
sort of TV show host?
Some sort of like something along the lines of that. I don't know about hosting. Like I remember out of high school, before I got accepted to UPEI, I applied for a TV production program in Vancouver.
Oh, so this has always kind of been in the back of your mind.
Yeah, like it's
and
been.
I feel like it's not like out of the question for you. Like even like between albums, you can easily host something.
For sure. I mean, I would actually want to do more acting, but like I've always been fascinated with like directing and film and television in that sense.
Yeah.
Like my brother is an actor, so we were always filming stupid little videos at home. Loving it, like angles, lighting, dialogue, all that silly comedy stuff. Yeah, like it was so much fun to do, and so I've always been in that world, and like I want to do more of that.
Well, do you think you will?
Yeah,
I feel like it's a fairly like easy transition.
Yeah,
it's like, only like arts and entertainment space.
Exactly. Once I get, like have a break with music, maybe, take a 6-month break and just like try to do acting full time for a bit.
Okay.
Who knows?
Danny's listening to this like, okay, well, all right. Well, I guess I'm out of a job.
No.
Well, let me see. I guess, what's your favorite soccer team? I'm trying to go through like things that like I didn't ask last time that I could ask now.
I honestly don't remember what you asked last time. But
to be honest, I listened to it maybe like a month ago.
Okay.
Just like to make sure I don't ask any of the exact same questions.
Sure. Favorite soccer team? My dad is a big Man U fan, so I guess I'm a Man U fan. But I'm actually more of a fan of individual players than I am teams. It's like Son on Tottenham.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Lewandowski, who was on Bayern, now he's on Barcelona. Those are like my top two for sure. But like teams, I'm like, I'll watch literally the weekend, like is soccer on the TV. My wife hates it. She's like, why you gotta watch every game? You don't even care about these teams. I'm like, I like the game.
Yeah, it's like football.
I like
to
the
me,
game.
Right? Like I can on a good Sunday, like I could just watch football. It doesn't matter who's playing. It's just the fact that like anybody could die at any moment. You're just like, holy crap! Like this is
it's
like little mini cars like running into each other.
It's barbaric. It's crazy.
It literally is.
Yeah.
Are you a big hockey guy?
I appreciate the sport. I never played it growing up though.
Can you skate?
I can skate. Yeah. I've played one like actual full gear hockey game in my entire life. I've played several games of shinny. Not great, but I can like, you can
get around.
I can pass a puck and
you can play, but you're not. Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah. It's been a while too. So anyway,
we'll see. Favorite movie?
Dude, that's a tough one. Titanic's up there.
Ooh,
Titanic is up there.
A very good one.
There's a World War II movie. I think it's The Pianist.
With Adrian Broner. Brody?
I don't remember what his name is, but it's like based on this. In anything World War II, honestly, like I will watch.
Have you seen? It's on Netflix. All the Light We Can't See, something like that.
Is that the one that was nominated for an Oscar?
No, it's a 4-part series.
Oh no, then I haven't seen it.
It's with the guy who plays the Hulk. Holy crap, I'm going blank right now.
Oh yeah, I know who you're thinking of. Just don't know his name.
Yeah, so it's with him, and honestly, phenomenal.
Cool.
If you're into World War II stuff,
it's
about like basically a little kid who goes live on the radio during the war.
Oh,
and this is in France when like the Nazis were invading.
Yep.
So yeah, really, really good. All the Light
I'm gonna
You
check that
Cannot
out.
See or something.
Usually takes me nowadays because I have an 8-week at home. It takes me like 3 days to watch an hour of TV.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah. So I'll get back to you in about a month.
Yeah. Wait, what do you do like when you're on tour? So now you're in the middle of I guess you're in the middle of it now, right?
Yeah.
Give or take. What do you do like at pre-show? Well, I guess pre-show you're probably getting ready, warming up, or doing all that. What do you do post-show?
Post-show, I'm trying to make it a habit. I clean my in-ears, my in-ear monitors. I use my humidifier, like a little personal thing that just goes over my mouth.
It's like a Darth Vader.
Yeah, exactly. What else do I do? If there's a shower, I'll shower, and then eat food and go to bed.
Wow, that's pretty like tame.
Yeah, like, I'm not wild. Like on the last show of the tour, sure, like let's have some drinks, but
or something.
I'm not the type of guy to be like, let's fucking go out tonight and get hammered and celebrate.
Yeah, I would assume that though. You're at a different stage in your life, right? You have a family.
But man, I'll be honest with you, I've always been like that.
Oh really? Always?
Yeah, like I've always been just like, I'll have my days for sure, but for the most part, pretty just like let's do the thing and do it well and get the fuck to bed.
Because it's funny because people forget that when you go on tour, this is work for you. This isn't like we're having fun, we're going on tour. Like
we're having a blast. Don't get me wrong.
You are, but again, it's still work. Like you just happen to have a really fun job.
Yeah.
But it's still work. Like so many times, and we've had so many musicians on the podcast where they're about to play a show that night, and I'm like, oh, I'll come to the show. Let's go out for drinks or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we got to go to work tomorrow. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like this is still work.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to. Think, but imagine going out drinking and then you got to perform the next day or something like that.
I mean, people do it, and I have done it. I have done it
like
in the past.
when you're younger and stuff too. But that's a little different.
And it's like not even worth it anymore. Like,
well, who was it that canceled the show? A really big artist that canceled the show, and like there was a rumor on TikTok that he was like out drinking the night before with some like Instagram.
Was this recent?
Morgan Wallen.
Oh, is that Morgan Wallen?
Apparently. Did you hear about? No. Apparently he canceled the show because he was like out till like wee hours in the morning drinking with like Livy Dunn or something.
Cannot confirm.
Yeah, so
Wasn't
again,
there.
It's like it is a work situation.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's fair.
Well, let me ask you this: what's 2024 look like for you?
2024 looks great. I've got new music pretty much lined up for January.
Okay.
And then
singles or?
Yeah, just pumping out new stuff. Call it what you want. Single, it's a song, whatever. Yeah, January, then springtime, and then I've got a bunch of songs like ready to go already. So it just kind of depends on the strategy, the timeline, all that kind of stuff.
What kind of songs are they? Are they obviously maybe they love songs? Are they more just happy?
The first song that
they're obviously not heartbreak.
They're not heartbreak, but there's that. The first one I'm going to release is called Back to Me, and I briefly touched on what the song means. Basically, getting back to who you are and what you are, and finding that peace within confusion and darkness and all that stuff. So that's the first song I'm gonna release, and it's like it's just a hopeful, dare I say, Christian rock kind of song.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got that coming out. Is there another tour in the lineup for 2024?
I don't think so. I
No?
think I'm gonna sit next year out in terms of a tour, and try to do as many summer shows as I can.
Okay.
I
feel like that's like those are the options. It's like summer shows or tour.
Yeah, I mean you could do both, obviously, but I think just in terms of building the career a bit more, I want to do like 20 plus shows this summer, and just keep pumping out music, and then maybe a tour in 2025.
You know, it's interesting because doing 20 shows in the summer is almost like doing a tour.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like there's not this tour, but
right.
when you play that many shows,
The festival circuit, as they say.
you're basically kind of sorting it out
Yeah.
like a tour, right?
That's true. Yeah.
It's just a little different. What's one venue you would love to play, or like a dream venue of yours?
Wembley.
Wembley.
Yeah.
You know, you're the second person
Massive.
that said that in the last like month.
Okay, fuck that then. I don't want to be like everyone else.
It's a great answer. Wembley is especially for a soccer fan, right? Like
yeah,
a football fan.
Wembley, Madison Square Garden. It's also
Another great answer.
another top one. Being from
BC.
Vancouver, you got the BC place there. I don't know what it's called now. I think it's called Rogers something.
Rogers Arena?
Maybe.
Or are you talking the outdoor one where the BC Lions play?
Yeah.
I don't know what that one's called.
I remember it as BC Place. It's probably changed.
Probably
something
else.
different.
That's fair.
Yeah, those are, I guess, three venues.
This might be a kind of dumb question. Do you still get nervous when you perform? Is there any part? Because you've been doing it for so long. How many shows have you played in your career? Like 1,000?
I can't answer. I have no idea.
Okay,
Maybe.
so is there any part of you that gets nervous, or is it just, I know what I'm doing. I've done this so many times.
If I'm prepared, then I'm good. There have been moments where I'm like, I don't feel ready for this.
Really?
And I'm like nervous on that front. But it's been a while. It's been a while since that has
See,
happened.
because usually people get nervous because one, kind of unprepared, or they're entering unfamiliar territories, right? But for you, you've been doing this so long, it's not really unfamiliar territory. It's more just, maybe I wasn't prepped enough as I should have been.
That's it. For me, at least.
That's fair.
Yeah. But like on a regular day, prepped, ready to go, I could literally just like, I don't know, take a nap, and 1 minute before a stage, I'll walk on stage and do the show.
Really? You could just wake up from a nap a minute before and just get on.
I would never do that.
I know you
but
would,
but I could.
Really?
Yeah.
It's second nature. You've been doing this again for when did your career start?
2012, yeah.
So again, 10 plus years now doing this.
Yeah. And it wasn't like one of the first shows I ever did was in Scotiabank Arena in front of 18,000 people.
So I guess from there, kind of, it's like
I've done everything from from everything from like a coffee shop to a stadium within the first year of my career, and it's been like that since for 10 years now. So like every scenario
you can,
I have covered.
Yeah, you've done it all.
Yeah.
What's your favorite show you've ever played? Or what's one that stands out?
I mean, just because it happened in the last few years, Corona Theatre in Montreal during my North Star tour.
Okay.
Montreal is just like insanely lively, and they love music in a different way. A sold out show.
See, it's interesting because Montreal's not even a hometown show for you. I guess
No.
Toronto could kind of be a hometown. Ottawa could now be a hometown.
Yeah, I don't
and
know what it
Vancouver
is.
could be
Like
too.
Montreal since the get go, they've just been.
Really?
They treat me so well over there. It's incredible. So, and that show was just full of energy and singing every word back, and like, oh my gosh, had them here, and it was just like nothing. It was just so good.
Do you like writing and like performing music in the studio, or do you like the performing in front of people? I guess it's kind of a rhetorical question, but
No, I get what you mean. Like there's a difference between performance in studio and performing it live.
Yeah.
There is a difference. It's a tough one because I'm trying to think of songs that I've written that don't really translate well live. And actually one song, I See You, great song when you listen to it on the record, production's tight, everything's solid. When you play it live, it doesn't, for me at least, doesn't hit as hard as when you just like listen to it and you're walking around, you're doing things.
why do you think that is?
Couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
I guess the energy and the vibe.
Like
translate?
people are still singing it and everything, and it's cool. But like when I'm singing it, I don't feel it as much as I did when I recorded it that day and I did the performance in studio. Yeah, and then there's songs like North Star that I did in studio and I had a blast in studio, but I didn't think it would translate as well live.
Yeah.
But it was like hard hitting live.
Well, but again, also like the crowd can kind of, I don't want to say, the crowd helps that too, right?
Yeah.
If the crowd's going absolutely off to a song, then it's.
But this is what I'm saying about I See You. Like they go off, they sing every word, but I'm like,
you don't feel it.
I'm like,
way.
why doesn't it hit as hard as it?
That's
like,
so interesting.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even. You can't explain that.
No.
Well, maybe one
No,
day it'll click for you. Like
maybe,
this is why.
Maybe
This is why.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're kind of nearing that point now. Before we wrap up, is there? And I did ask this last time, and I don't remember your answer. But if you could give one piece of advice to your younger self now, kind of a different stage of your career, you've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
What would that advice be?
Oh man. Breathe. It's probably a big one. Just breathe. Don't stress too much about like the little things. It'll all work itself. It's all routine stuff, but like the biggest thing would probably just be like breathe through it. Like take your deep breaths. Cuz I remember being so tense, in this industry, such 19, 20, even 21. Just like didn't know what I was doing really, and yeah, man, just breathe.
It's so tough because it sounds so simple to say, but there are so many times when, again, we're me and you were around the same age, I think.
Yeah.
But when you're a kid and you're young, sometimes you're going through something like this is the end of the world. It's like, no, just take a second, take
Literally.
a deep breath.
It's the conscious breathing. Maybe I should add that. Consciously breathe.
Yeah.
Like obviously we can all breathe.
The world isn't gonna end. This isn't it. Trust me.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna make it through this. What's that saying? It's like this too shall pass.
Yes, exactly.
You know, it's one of those things. But
yeah.
Tyler, appreciate you coming back on. This was a blast.
My pleasure.
I wish you all the best on the rest of the tour.
Thank you.
Obviously the Christmas, Tyler Shaw Christmas. You're on tour for that. Obviously we talked about next year, new single coming out in January. What's it called? What was it called again?
Back to Me.
Back to Me.
Yes.
So that's coming out in January.
Yeah.
And if people want to find out more about you, music, the show, where can they go? How can they find you?
All socials. The handle is Tyler Shaw Music.
And Shaw is SHAW.
Got it.
And yeah, if you made it to this, we appreciate you. Thank you. Give Tyler a listen. Go check him out on tour. Tour wraps up on December
21st.
21st.
Yeah.
What's the last city?
North Bay.
North Bay.
North Bay.
There we go. Anyways, guys, if you made it to the end, we appreciate you. Give Tyler a follow, and we'll see you next week, guys. Cheers.
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that episode of the Pals podcast. So we kind of have something a little different today.
Yeah, you might have heard that mid-roll ad with Excel Gum promoting their new ASMR Excel Study Beats playlist on Spotify. And this time of the year is a very stressful time of the year, isn't it, Danny?
Yeah, it is.
Especially for students.
I wonder why though.
It's exam season.
And guess what everyone gets?
What's that? It's a new word. What's it called?
Examity.
Examity. You heard that right, folks. That's why our good friends at Excel Gum put together this ASMR playlist, Excel Study Beats, to help calm you down during this stressful time. Dad, do you remember exam season for you?
It was pretty stressful. And you know what? I still have some exams coming up. So I will be using the Excel Gum Spotify playlist track to help me get through it.
And where can we find that playlist?
On Spotify.
With the link in our bio. But we also want people to relax and take a second to breathe, really kind of just settle down during this stressful time. And hopefully this playlist will help you relax and kind of calm those nerves.
Yeah, you know what? Over the past couple of years, I've been using like ASMR and all those kind of like fun sounds. So I'm really excited to check this one out.
All right. And if you made it to the end of this, we do love you. We appreciate you. And stay tuned for next week's episode.
Peace.
You like to drink and to smoke to take away the pain. And I don't remember all of my mistakes and every high. Got alone with no one thing.